All right, we back. Welcome back to another episode of Living Well Wednesdays with LB. That's me. I'm Lawrence Bell, member of Delta Xi Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I just want to spend a few minutes with you guys each month talking about health. This is episode 3, and we're going to get into the second topic of our series, Living Fit. This is obesity.
This is a message from our sponsors. Greetings. I am not a doctor. The content presented on Living Well Wednesdays is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not substitute professional medical advice or consultations with healthcare professionals. Reliance on or use of the information presented is at your own risk. Thank you. And now back to your show.
Now, obesity is not really a fun topic to talk about, but it is a necessary topic to talk about. So here we are. And when I say we, I'm speaking of my guest who I've interviewed and will be joining us today. She needs no introduction, but I'm sure she'll introduce herself. Demetra.
Hi, and thank you for having me. My name is Demetra Garrett. I live in Franklin, Wisconsin. I am a self-proclaimed tiger mom and domestic goddess. And what that means is I'm a stay-at-home mom and I love my family fiercely. I'm married with 2 kids and 1 golden doodle. And when I'm not being a mom or a PTA parent or volunteering at my kids' school, I am a fabulous member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I wear many hats in my sorority, but the one that looks best on me is that of the chair of our wellness committee. And that committee comprises of 3 subcommittees: Zetas Have Heart, Mental Health, and COVID Response. I also enjoy being outside. I work out 4 to 5 days a week, and that includes lifting weights or walking and running. I run about 40 miles a week, so that's about, on average, about 5 miles a day. So I live a very busy and active lifestyle. Fitness is what I do. Cooking is my passion, and I love my family, and I love talking about this thing that we call fitness.
Thank you, Demetra. I'm so glad you were able to join me today for Living Well Wednesday. So, of course, we're going to be answering some questions for people today. So, the first question of the day, what is obesity? Demetra?
According to something I once read, obesity is a disease in which there's excessive body fat. And this is definitely a medical and cosmetic concern. One thing that we want to consider when looking at obesity is BMI, your body mass index. And that's, from how I understand it, for the most part, it's your fat to muscle ratio depending on your age and your height, and sometimes even your race. So that plays a role in obesity, but if you want a number, obesity would be, according to these medical journals and whatnot, and the fancy medical magazines, it's anywhere 25 to 30 or more pounds overweight. That's how I've come to understand obesity, but I know that this definition is not applicable to everyone. Take myself, for example. I'm 5'10", I'm 220 pounds, and according to my doctor, not my doctor, I'm fine according to my doctor, but according to these medical journals, I would be considered obese, right? I'm 25 or more so pounds over my recommended weight of 185 for my height, for my age. But that could be not true, because my BMI is low, because I'm very active and I'm very fit. I exercise daily. I take proper rest. I manage my stress. I live in a positive environment. So I have all the factors for a healthy lifestyle. My scale number is 220, and that shocks people. But if you saw me, you wouldn't think that. You would say, oh, she's about where she should be for her height. So when looking at obesity, we're looking at BMI. We're looking at the amount of fat that is residing in the body. And that's how I've come to understand it. But I also know it's based on a few things.
Yeah, definitely. According to the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, overweight and obesity are defined as an abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to your health. Basically, kind of like what Demetra was saying, when your weight higher than what's considered healthy for your height. It, like she mentioned before, the body mass index, which is your BMI. You might have heard that at the doctor one time. Now, BMI is a whole nother conversation, but I'm a Grey's fan, Grey's Anatomy, yeah, shout out. On a recent episode of Grey's, they hit on this topic of a BMI. I think they explained it really well. Let's watch.
I caught it because I examined her thoroughly.
Excessive weight can cause damage on the joints.
True, but you looked at Lila and decided she was just a fat person. Fat people know they're fat, you do not need to tell them.
Of course not, but if the weight might be making things worse...
Might be. Obesity is a disease. It's not as easy for some of us to lose weight as it is for you. Sir.
Sorry, I made a snap judgment based on her history and BMI.
Oh, stop looking at the BMI.
Excuse me?
It's stupid. The body mass index is a fancy title and formula that was developed like 200 years ago by a mathematician. It doesn't account for differences in the density of bones or muscle tones or fat. It looks at numbers, not distribution. So stop looking at it and examine the patient.
So why is it even on the charts still?
So insurance companies can rob us blind. They charge higher premiums for higher BMIs. Told you it was stupid.
Right, the great Miranda Bailey. So this issue has grown to epidemic proportions. In 2017, according to the Global Burden of Disease, over 4 million people have died each year as a result of being overweight or obese. And to this day, rates of overweight and obesity continue to grow in adults and children. Obesity in the African American community has been a growing concern in recent decades, but it can be contributed to a multitude of societal elements. Things like inequities in stable and affordable housing, our income, and access to quality education. Each one of these factors has the potential to directly or indirectly influence an individual's chance to live a longer and healthier life. Among African American adults, nearly 48%, that's almost half, are clinically obese. What are some of the factors that attribute to obesity? A number of things can play a role in gaining and retaining excess weight. Demetra?
Definitely diet. And diet simply means what you eat. You know, a lion eats gazelles and zebras. Rhinoceros eats grass and leaves. A hippopotamus eats leaves and stuff in the water. And diet is what you eat. And if what you're eating is not making you healthy, then you need to change your diet. You need to change what you eat. Another factor is environment. Environment, and in this case, means your personal space, something that does not belong to the world. We cannot control what happens in the world, right? Our office environment, work environment, school environment, those things happen with the contributions of other people. But your personal space, your home, your bedroom, your whatever is yours. If you walk into that space and it doesn't make you happy, it doesn't feel positive, it stresses you out or overwhelms you, then you need to change it. You need to change that environment, because environment plays a key role in leading a very healthy life. Okay. Secondly, family, community. We tend to reflect the people around us. Are the people around you healthy? Are the people around you making good lifestyle choices? And remember, fitness is not all about exercising. Exercising is just a stimulant. It's what you do after that. It's what you do 95% of the time that you're awake. Are you sleeping well? Are you managing your stress? Are you eating well? Do you have healthy relationships? Do you have models of these things around you? So those things can contribute to leading a healthy life and preventing obesity. Expectations, discipline, and creating good habits, those things will help prevent obesity. But the things that contribute, environment does contribute to obesity. If people around you are not happy and healthy, most likely you're not going to be happy and healthy. Is there a park nearby? There's a saying that you should live at least 300 meters from a park. Do you have access to that? Do you have access to facilities? Do you have access to a grocery store, a gym, things like that? But the biggest part too is diet and mental health. What are you eating? Mental health, how do you feel? Do you have the tools to cope and to get back to happy? Do you have the tools to be resilient and disciplined and focused? So that's in my opinion, those are some of the factors that contribute to obesity. Definitely diet, environment, family, and community, and expectations.
Yeah, thanks, Demetra. The NIH mentions things like food and activity, where people gain weight when they eat more calories than they burn through activity. This imbalance is the greatest contributor to weight gain. Your environment, the world around us, influences our ability to maintain a healthy weight. Not having area parks, like Demetra mentioned, sidewalks, and affordable gyms makes it hard for people to be physically active. Oversized food portions even increase our calorie intake. Think about things like that. Some people don't have access to supermarkets that sell affordable, healthy foods like fresh fruit and vegetables. And even food advertising encourages people to buy these unhealthy foods like high-fat snacks and sugary drinks. Now, we're not going to get into it, but your genetics also plays a part in this thing. They also play a part in the susceptibility to weight gain. My next question, we got a lot of viewers out here, so are there any tips that you have for men, women, or children about living fit on a consistent basis?
Every day is a new day to do better and be better. So being able to forgive yourself for not executing the plan that you initially wanted to have. Definitely that would be first. 2, create goals. Create realistic goals. In fact, be realistic with yourself before even starting goals. I always tell my kids, you can lie to me, you can lie to the world, but never ever lie to yourself. So from that truth, setting goals, setting a big goal, but from that big goal, creating mini goals, because those mini goals are going to take you along in your journey, right? The big goal is the end result. What are those little steps in between the start and finish that's going to get you there? Those are important to have. Be sensible, be moderate, and what I mean by that is try to find the balance, between work, home, personal time, time with your family, time with friends, hobbies, finding that balance. When we think about a fit life, right away we think of exercise. Well, in fact, exercise is not the big part. Nutrition is. It's what you do after you leave the gym or after you do your workout that counts the most. Exercising is just a stimulant for your body. It's what you do after that determines what happens to your overall health. You work out at the gym, but then you go to McDonald's and then you undo all your hard work. So exercising is just a small part. Maintaining and doing right by your overall health is the biggest part.
Thanks. That is some good info right there. What are some health problems associated with obesity? Stress, emotional factors, and poor sleep. When you think about it, some people eat more than usual when they're bored, angry, upset, or stressed. You can also look at it this way. The less you sleep, the more likely you are to be overweight or obese. Why? Part of it is because hormones that are released while we sleep help to control our appetite and our body's use of energy. So rest is good for your health. Gotta rest. My next question for you, what has helped you to live a fit life? Were you always the fit life type of person?
The first answer to the question is my vanity. If we're being honest, my vanity keeps me motivated. I love the way I look. I love the way I look in dresses and whatnot. So what you look like is what you feel. So how you look is how you feel. And for me, that is very true. So I like taking care of myself because I like to look good. It makes me feel good. But that motivates me. Another reason to be fit is so that I can live a long, healthy life as long as possible for my kids, and also to instill in them good habits, daily exercise, proper nutrition, proper rest, healthy friendships, healthy relationships, and a positive environment. Have I always been fit? Absolutely not. I was that kid that couldn't go outside. We didn't play sports because my mom did not want to invest the time or money. So growing up, I was on the bigger side, and I didn't realize that until I got older and I started comparing myself to the people around me. So in hindsight, I wish I had known that all it took was, a little bit of space to do some jumping jacks or jump rope or push-ups or whatnot, or to work out 15, 20 minutes a day. Just be active. Find 15 minutes to do something that would that would have definitely helped me when I was younger. But, there's no point in living in the past. You know better, you do better.
All right, Demetra, thank you for joining. I definitely appreciate it. Share with the people how they can find you.
So in 2020, Kappa Beta Zeta, my chapter, we started a fitness and lifestyle group on Facebook, Milwaukee's Fit Family. So if you want to hear me and more of my fitness shenanigans, you can definitely find me over there. I definitely post a lot. I share a lot of my runs, my recipes, things that I'm learning as a mom, and how I incorporate, healthy habits into my daily life. So you can find me and the rest of my sorors over at Milwaukee's Fit Family on Facebook. We encourage you to join us and share your fitness journey, share your lifestyle journey, share tips and tools that help you in your day-to-day. So you can definitely find me there. All right, and once again, thank you for having me. I had so much fun answering these questions. This was a lot of fun, especially doing it with this cute little face. Bye.
Most definitely, and we thank you again for joining today on Living Well Wednesdays. We do this every month, but this is the first guest. You're our first guest, so this was really cool. Also, you guys, make sure you follow or join the Milwaukee's Fit Families group. That might be some encouragement that you might need to start living a fit life. You never know. And then lastly, myself, my chapter, Delta Xi Sigma, and Kappa Beta Zeta, chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, we're in a competition. I didn't know if you guys knew that. It's on the low. But we want you guys to help us raise funds to support the March of Dimes. We will have our march on June 11th at Hart Park. More information is going to be coming soon about that. But we want you guys to just help us. It's a competition. However, it's all going to the same cause. It's going to March of Dimes for the health of all moms and babies. So if you guys can, please help us out by donating, either clicking on my link, which, it's my show, so I prefer you click on my link, or you can donate through Zeta Phi Beta. Next time, you guys, we're gonna dive some more into living fit. And if you don't mind, please share this with someone that you know, and join me next month, for Living Well Wednesdays with LB. And remember, live healthy, live fit, live responsibly, live risk-free, and live balanced. Love y'all. Peace.